Do you ever feel like you're showing up at noon because you don't want to be seen? Hi, I'm Paul Rosen. I'm pastor at Ascension Lutheran Church in Cheyenne, Wyoming, with a Lent week 3 conversation. And I'm so very grateful that you've joined us. We are learning and we are walking in the light during this time of Lent and through a Lenten journey. So please be sure to like and share and follow us for more. So this week we find Jesus sitting beside a well in the heat of the day. It's noon, the hour when the sun is highest, the shadows are the shortest, and the heat is the most unforgiving. And that's when a Samaritan woman approaches. She's carrying her jar, carrying her story, carrying more than she knows how to name. Now, most people draw water early in the morning or late in the evening. Noon is the hour you choose when you don't want to be seen, when you'd rather avoid the glances and the whispers and the questions, and when you're tired of being defined by your past or your reputation or the assumption of others. So Jesus is there, and he's waiting. And it's not by accident, but rather by intention. And the first thing he does is speak to her. And he very simply says, "Give me a drink." You know, it's such a simple request, but it breaks every barrier of the ancient world. Jews simply didn't speak to Samaritans. Men didn't initiate conversation with women in public. And rabbis certainly didn't ask for water from someone that was considered to be unclean. But Jesus isn't interested in the barriers. He's interested in her. He sees her. Not the caricature that others have made of her, not the label that she's been given, not the mistakes that she's made. He sees her humanity, her dignity, her thirst. And that's where walking in the light begins. With being seen by God, truly seen, and discovering what God sees is beloved. Well, the woman is startled, and she pushes back, and she asks questions. She tries to keep the conversation on safe ground. Theology, tradition, the old arguments between Jews and Samaritans. But Jesus keeps gently turning the conversation toward her heart. If you knew the gift of God, he says, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water. Living water. Water that doesn't run out. Water that doesn't depend on the time of day or the approval of others. Water that reaches the deepest places of our longing. She wants this water. Of course she does. I mean, who wouldn't? But she doesn't yet understand what Jesus is offering. So Jesus names the truth that she's been carrying. Her relationships, her disappointments, her wounds. And he does it not to shame her, but to free her. And then something shifts. For the first time in a long time, she is fully seen and not condemned. She is fully known and not rejected. She is fully exposed and still loved. This is what the light of Christ does. It reveals, but it also heals. It uncovers, but it also restores. It tells the truth, but always in the service of grace. The woman leaves her jar, the very reason she came, and she runs back to town. The one who avoided people now seeks them out. The one who came to the well in hiding now becomes a witness in broad daylight. Come and see a man who told me everything I have ever done, she says. He cannot be the Messiah, can he? Her testimony is not polished. It's not perfect. It's not a theological treatise. It's simply the story of someone who has been met by grace. And that is enough. That is enough. So this week I invite you to meet Jesus at your own well, the place where you carry your unspoken burdens, your quiet regrets, your hidden thirsts. And let him speak to you with the same dignity and the same gentleness, the same truth-telling love. Because walking in the light begins here, letting ourselves being seen, letting ourselves be known, and discovering the one who sees us is the one who offers living water. If you're following us on this Lenten journey and would like more, please drop the word Lent in the comments, and we'll send you a free devotional that was produced by the congregations of the Wyoming Conference. Thank you for joining us today. And I look forward to being with you again next week as we continue this journey of faith and hope and grace.